Right. I wanted to say there was a clip. Let me cover this clip. This Australian comedian. I don't know if you guys have seen this. Um, it was to do with.
G'day, ladies and gentlemen. The Buttsman here. I made a horrible joke, and this is my response to what everyone is saying
So there was
about
this
me
huge
right now. I woke up
hoo-ha
this
about
morning
this.
and I walked downstairs, patted my pooches, and went to make a coffee, and that's when I made a very big mistake in reading my DMs. Ladies and gentlemen, I spent the first part of the morning learning that I'm appalling, I'm a racist dog, I'm an insensitive, distasteful human being. Someone said, let's bash this dog, let's find him, let's stab him. I'm abhorrent, I'm shameful, disgusting, Islamophobic. I'm a low-life, mangy dog. You wouldn't do that joke in Lakemba, would you? No. Here's another reason that white slavery needs to be reintroduced. I hope you die of cancer. I'm going to rape you. I want to rape your mother. You piece of shit, you putrid dog, you insensitive prick, you brain-dead wanker. Someone said, this is why God burns Australia with fire. Someone said, may God destroy you. And that was it. Oh, wait, no, it wasn't. I hope your daughter gets raped. Jesus Christ, what have I done this time? Ladies and gentlemen, it would appear that your old pal, the Buttsman, is in a little bit of hot water. And a lot of people would argue rightfully so. You see, particularly Muslim people are very, very upset at an insensitive joke that I made in my recent comedy special, Anti-Hero. It's a joke that I was telling probably 12 months prior to that being taped. Key word there is, it is a joke. It is not real. It is make believe. I don't really feel like that, but that is what comedy is. It is people going on a stage and telling people jokes. Now, I know the stand-up you may be used to is just little jokes about, oh, the train and the tram. No, that is not the stand-up I enjoy. I enjoy the Jim Jeffries of the world, the Jimmy Carrs of the world, the Frankie Boyles of the world, the Ricky Gervais of the world. Was the joke rude, horrible, mean, offensive? Yes, and that is the point. It was a joke that I made about the horrific Christchurch massacre that unfortunately happened in New Zealand in 2019. One of the darkest days in that town's history, and from someone who's been there, they've had a lot of dark history, and it has really affected that particular area of New Zealand. And for those of you wondering what the joke was, this was it. This was posted by several Muslim Instagram pages and Twitter pages.
This Australian extremist stormed this building, this mosque, this room, where people were saying their prayers and going about their business. And for me, the saddest thing about that, it wasn't the 52 people who were killed. It wasn't the countless others who had their lives changed forever because their family members were taken from them. It was the hundreds of people that night who couldn't make it home from nightclubs in Christchurch because all the cabbies were dead.
So, people, there was this huge hoo-ha about this comedian. Now, to be honest, I don't know who this comedian was. I saw, Muslim Twitter and all these kind of things blowing up. And I thought, okay, what's this? People sent it to me. I had a watch. I watched his clip that I've just played there. And to be honest with you, look, okay, these are my thoughts here. I feel that humor is sacred. Okay, so you can comment, you can crack jokes, I feel, about anything. I literally do feel that people humor has a sacrosanct right to it, that people cannot make you censor humor. Yes, I may hate that joke. You have the right to hate it. I may hate it. There may be some jokes I totally don't find funny, but it doesn't allow me to say, because I'm offended, you can't say it. I do advocate for the primacy of freedom of speech, because you see, this is a very slippery slope, trying to censor speech. Because if you censor jokes, then tomorrow, oh, you can't critique this. Oh no, that's forbidden. That's forbidden. That offends me. This offends. Everything you say will offend somebody. It's not, there's a great likelihood that everything you say will offend somebody in the world who may just have a different outlook on life. I could say I like apples, and You know, I was gonna speak about. I was gonna also bring up this very briefly. Um, this Indian matchmaking, and I don't know if you remember. In this was the character Aparna. And she, you see, there's a prime example just to bring her in there that, the person could say anything and she just hated it. He's like, oh, I love humor. She's like, oh, I hate humor. He's like, oh, I like going to Dubai. Oh, I hate Dubai. It's like, you see, you could say anything. Oh, I like apples. Oh, I hate apples. Somebody out there will probably hate what you said, and you've offended them. You could be like, I love that woman, and somebody out there who's gay is like, oh, that's disgusting. How could a man love a woman? It could be. I mean, you could offend anybody with. So there could be people out there that have got whatever. We have to always allow people to express themselves, even if we don't like it. Let it be. And to be honest with you, the freedom of speech that was expressed by those comments that he read out is so despicable. Some of it. This goes to show, and I have to say this whole thing. Oh, mate, this is why Australia is punished. I mean, talk about bloody collective guilt. You've just ha ha ha. This is why Australia has bushfires. I mean, people die in those bushfires. Ha 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 ha. This is so it's okay for you. This is the irony. It's okay for you to say that. I hope you get cancer and die. Why? Okay, fair enough. You've said it out of anger, but I would like to rape you. I mean, okay, that was a bit of ingenuity there. Bloody hell! Talk about the hateful Muslim fulfilling his own fantasy. It's like gay rape, and he's so this. And I would like to. What is it? Your daughter getting raped? I mean, what the hell is wrong with people? His mother getting raped. I mean, toba, toba, toba. And why? And how is that okay to be said? And what he's saying not okay to be said. So I wanted to say that look, as Muslims, we do honor freedom of speech. We honor that because the kalimatul tawheed, the oneness of Allah, when expressed by the Prophet, was done on the grounds of freedom of speech with the right to offend. So the Prophet, when he preached Tawheed, he knew that this speech of his will offend. The Quran will offend the mushrikeen, the pagans. But it was done on the premise that people have the right to speak their minds with the right to offend if that will offend. It's not an outright, it wasn't, people can judge intentions. It wasn't meant to be insulting. It's not meant to, like, jokes are not meant to be insulting. They're meant to be funny. So, but they can offend. So that's, and I'm a keen advocate for that we can't censor jokes, even about the most horrible of things. I feel that we have to still, jokes should always be allowed to be said.